I started doing the meta ads. I started tinkering and testing to find the right offer, because I knew in my experience from growing my previous startup that the offer is the number one driver, both in my previous startup and the company that I work for. The offer is the driver of your entire marketing. And by offer, I mean the unique angle that you put on top of your product. Your product itself is not necessarily an offer. An offer can be either a discount, which by itself it's boring, but you got to find an angle that makes it unique. On my previous startup, it was $1 for 1 year of the premium subscription, but the apps themselves would lead with the $1 for 1 year offer, because it's just human psychology that if you try to lead with and algorithms, if you just try to lead with, hey, start a free trial for a $50 a month subscription, it just flops compared to what I'm suggesting. Other offers that work really well for me that I learned from a guy named Russell Brunson. I know a lot of people will know his books. It's what he calls a tripwire offer, which is like offering something very, very low, free, and then just charging for shipping or making